Hey everyone, and welcome to the BuildMoat podcast. I'm your host, Emeka. If you've been following BuildMoat for a while, you will have definitely noticed that the focus has changed recently. And on this episode, I want to explain why. I want to do it honestly, rather than just let the content speak for itself and hope you keep up. So let's get into it. The original thesis for BuildMoat was right. I still believe it, 100%. The idea that when every company has access to the same AI tools, the firms that actually win are the ones that build the human infrastructure to use them properly. We talked about community as the missing middle layer, internal champions as the mechanism for real adoption, focusing on behavior change over just simple tool deployment. I still believe all of it. But something kept surfacing. In every single conversation I had with people inside financial services firms, a pattern emerged. They weren't struggling to find AI tools, they already had them. What they were struggling with was answering one single question when a senior manager asked it, who is accountable for what this AI is doing? Now that's not an adoption problem, that is a compliance problem. And in UK financial services, it has a specific regulatory name and a very specific enforcement risk attached to it. The more I sat with that question, the more I realized it was the sharpest possible version of the original thesis. Community and human infrastructure were always about closing the gap between what technology promises and what an organization can actually demonstrate. But in financial services, that gap has a regulator watching it. It has named individuals who are personally liable for it. It has a growing body of FCA expectation that most compliance teams are just not yet equipped to meet. So I didn't abandon the original thinking. I just followed it to where the problem is most acute and most commercially real. That is why BuildMoat is now focused specifically on AI governance, SM&CR accountability, and the regulatory obligations that UK financial services firms are accumulating faster than their compliance functions can even track. So, what does this mean for what you'll hear on this podcast and read in the newsletter? Well, each edition is going to cover the regulatory developments that matter most to compliance leads, heads of AI, and risk directors in UK financial services. This isn't about everything that moved that week. It's only about the things that change what your firm should actually be doing. There are 7 key areas I'm watching consistently. First up, SM&CR and accountability. This is the big one. It's all about how personal liability is evolving as AI enters regulated workflows. We'll be digging into what named senior managers need to demonstrate to avoid enforcement exposure. We'll explore the specific responsibilities of senior management functions, or SMFs, when it comes to AI systems. What does reasonable steps mean in the context of an algorithm? How do you maintain a clear chain of accountability when decisions are automated? These are the questions we'll be tackling head-on, providing practical guidance for those in the hot seat. We'll be looking at real-world examples and case studies to make this tangible, so you can see how these principles apply in practice. We'll also delve into the practical implications of the senior management arrangements, systems and controls, SYSC sourcebook, and how it applies to AI. This includes the importance of having a clear and comprehensive audit trail for AI-driven decisions and the need for robust testing and validation of AI models before they are deployed. We'll even discuss the role of the board in overseeing AI risk and what they need to know to fulfill their duties. Second, AI governance and the EU AI Act. The FCA's principles-based approach is not a free pass. We'll be closely examining the interplay between UK and EU regulations. This includes a deep dive into the Mills Review and its recommendations for a pro-innovation approach to AI regulation in the UK. We'll also unpack the complexities of accountability guidance, ensuring you understand how to document and justify your AI-related decisions. Furthermore, we'll explore the critical importance of audit trail expectations and what regulators will be looking for. For firms with European exposure, we'll provide actionable insights into navigating the parallel obligations of the EU AI Act, helping you maintain compliance across jurisdictions. Third is consumer duty. Enforcement here is accelerating, and the stakes are high. We'll go beyond the headlines to analyze the nuances of board reporting standards and what constitutes a meaningful review of AI's impact on customer outcomes. We'll dedicate significant time to the crucial topic of vulnerable customer obligations, exploring how AI can both help and hinder in this area. A key focus will be on the practical application of the duty to AI-assisted products and services, from chatbots to automated financial advice, ensuring you're not just compliant, but genuinely delivering for your customers. Fourth, FCA enforcement and supervision. We're cutting through the noise to bring you what really matters. This means a detailed analysis of recent fines and the lessons to be learned from them. We'll deconstruct Dear CEO letters to reveal the regulator's hidden priorities. Our coverage of thematic reviews will equip you with the foresight to address emerging risks before they become a problem. And by interpreting supervisory signals, we'll help you understand the FCA's direction of travel, ensuring you're always one step ahead. We're not just reporting on the news, we're providing the strategic intelligence you need to navigate the enforcement landscape with confidence. Fifth on the list is operational resilience. In an increasingly interconnected world, this has never been more critical. We'll be your guide to the complex world of critical third parties, CTPs, helping you understand your due diligence and oversight obligations. We'll provide in-depth analysis of the Digital Operational Resilience Act, DORA, and its far-reaching implications for your firm's IT and security infrastructure. Our coverage of incident reporting will ensure you're prepared to respond effectively and meet your regulatory requirements, and we'll be closely monitoring the designation of AI and cloud providers as CTPs, providing you with the insights you need to adapt your risk framework accordingly. Sixth, capital markets reform. The pace of change in this area is relentless, but we've got you covered. We'll be providing regular updates on the development of the consolidated tape, so you can prepare for the new era of market data. Our analysis of the revised transparency and transaction reporting frameworks will help you navigate the complexities of MiFID II and its UK equivalent, and will be your trusted source for insights into the UK's post-Brexit market structure rules, ensuring you understand the opportunities and challenges of the new landscape. And finally, seventh, crypto assets and digital finance. This is a rapidly evolving space, and we're here to help you make sense of it all. We'll be providing comprehensive coverage of the new regulatory regime for crypto assets, from the initial authorization gateway in September 2026 to the full implementation in October 2027. We'll guide you through the complexities of the FCA's rules on financial promotions for crypto assets, helping you to stay on the right side of the line. And we'll explore the wider implications of digital finance, from stablecoins to central bank digital currencies, ensuring you're fully prepared for the future of money. Not every pillar will appear every week. When something important moves, it leads. When nothing moves, it waits. You will never get padding here. Now, this newsletter and podcast is also the context for something we've been developing at BuildMoat over the past few months. It's called the AI Compliance Copilot, and I want to be really clear about what this is and what it isn't. This is not a software tool you have to configure and monitor yourself. It is not a consultancy that produces a report and then just leaves. The Copilot is different. It watches regulatory sources continuously. It filters what actually matters to your specific firm. It has a named human to review and sign off on everything material, and it delivers a documented audit trail. This means your senior manager can demonstrate to the FCA that they stayed on top of their obligations. Put simply, someone else does the watching and the paperwork. You keep the accountability, but you can prove you exercised it. And that distinction matters immensely. It matters because what regulators want is not some algorithm that claims to be compliant. They want a named person who can show they're working. The Copilot makes that possible without consuming your entire compliance team's capacity. So, to wrap up, if you've been following this journey from the beginning, thank you for staying with it. The focus has narrowed, but the ambition has not. BuildMoat still exists to close that gap between what AI promises and what organizations can actually deliver and defend. But now, in financial services, that gap has a regulator's name on it. That's where the work is. That is where I am going. Thanks for listening. You can find everything we talked about at buildmoat.co.uk. Keep building.